Anybody practiced? Nobody practiced unseen passage?
No, ma'am.
Welcome back, Kushagra.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem, no problem. Was there any problem in doing, Ashutosh? अरे wow, very nice.
एक नंबर काम हुआ, एक नंबर काम।
All of you should practice unseen passage, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Because there are chances of unseen passage, okay? Okay, start writing. What was the last line?
Ma'am, fears of getting fired. Fear of getting fired.
Next, write down. Poor or ego centered supervision. Poor or ego centered supervision.
Ma'am, this is another point or another heading.
Yes, yes, after this only.
Ma'am, ego centered.
Supervision. Poor or ego centered supervision. In this, write down. Poor supervision may create Poor supervision may create obstacles in the obstacles in the poor supervision may create obstacles in the communication process. Communication process. Poor supervision may create obstacles in the communication process. Communication process. Full stop. Typically, 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 the person may think, typically, the person may think that he is being ignored or dominated. Typically, the person may think that he is being ignored or dominated. Typically, the person may think that he is being ignored or dominated. Full stop. Poor or ego centered supervision. Poor supervision may create obstacles in the communication process. Typically, the person may think that he is being ignored or dominated. Next, insincerity and lack of confidence. Insincerity and lack of confidence. Insincerity and lack of confidence. Insincerity means INSINCERITY. Insincerity. Insincerity means insincerity means that
Excuse me, ma'am.
hmm,
मैम
हाँ
मैम महिमा और गौरव थोड़े लेट हैं तो वो लोग रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं.
okay wait
ओके मैम.
Good morning, ma'am.
morning Now, shall I start? Everybody has joined now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, start writing. Insincerity and lack of confidence. Insincerity and lack of confidence. Insincerity means that communication is insincerity means insincerity means that communication is superficial. Communication is superficial.
Ma'am, can you spell?
What? Superficial?
Yes, ma'am.
SUPERFICIAL. Superficial. Okay. Insincerity means that communication is superficial. Lack of confidence means lack of confidence means lack of confidence means lack of confidence means that the message or the communication lack of confidence means that the message or the communicator of the message lack of confidence means that the message or the communicator COMMUNICATOR lack of confidence means that the message or the communicator of the message or the communicator of the messages or the communicator of the messages not trustworthy is not trustworthy. Next, write down. Is there any problem while connecting or what?
नो मैम, आवाज तो क्लियर आ रही है।
Because some of the students are getting disconnected again and again. Next, write down organization structure barriers. Organization structure barriers. Organization structure barriers. When the organization structure when the organization structure is not properly defined, when the organization structure is not properly defined, comma, the responsibility and authority, अरे यार जीजा जी का फोन आने लगा। When the organization structure is not properly defined, the responsibility and authority are not assigned. The responsibility and authority are not assigned. Am I audible to everyone?
यस मैम।
Yes, ma'am.
Is not properly defined. The responsibility and authority are not assigned. And channels are CHANNELS, and channels are also not clear. And channels are also not clear, full stop. Thus, communication is likely to be ineffective ineffective, thus communication is likely to be ineffective, and even harmful. And even harmful. And even harmful. These barriers are as follows. These barriers are as follows. First, write down lack of chain of command, lack of chain of command, lack of chain of command, class conflicts. Next, write down class conflicts, class conflicts, political manipulations, political manipulations, bureaucratic. Next is bureaucratic. 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 First is lack of chain of command, class conflicts, political manipulations, bureaucratic. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, technical barriers. This was the organization structure barriers. Next, write down technical barriers. These are the barriers. These are the barriers that arise due to technical barriers. These are the barriers that arise due to these are the barriers that arises due to first write down Space or geographical distance. Space or geographical distance.
Ma'am, pace.
Space. Space or geographical distance. This barrier arises due to space or geographical distance. SPACE, space or geographical distance. Next, mechanical failures. Mechanical failures and disturbances. Mechanical failures and disturbances. Space or geographical distance, mechanical failures and disturbances, physical obstruction. Physical obstruction. Physical obstructions. OBSTRUCTIONS, obstructions. Physical obstructions. Next, technological malfunctions. Technological malfunctions. Technological malfunctions. MAL malfunctions. Technological malfunctions like bad telephone line, like bad telephone lines, like bad telephone lines, comma, poor printouts from the printers, poor printouts from the printers, like bad telephone lines, poor printouts from the printers, etc. etc. Next, write down improper time of communication, improper time of communication, improper time of communication, Written, everyone? Improper time of
Yes,
communication.
ma'am.
We can say improper or wrong time of communication occur. Okay. So these were the barriers. All right.
पर improper timing टेक्निकल बैरियर में कैसे आएगा?
Hmm?
हम improper timing टेक्निकल बैरियर में कैसे इंक्लूड होगा?
Suppose somebody is busy and you're calling, then yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
All right. So these were the barriers of communication. Then write down ways of effective communication. Ways of effective communication. We have our practical class today, Hannah. Okay, so at what time? At hmm. So we will be having our class from 11:40.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, Nupma ma'am yesterday texted that statistics class will be also held from 11:30.
11:30 till
She takes 1.5 hours.
okay. So then what about this thing practical class? Please inform her today that so why she is taking from 11:30. Okay, just inform her. Maybe she'll not be knowing, you know. Just tell her that attend the class today, okay? And tell her that we have our practical class, okay? All right. Is that fine?
Ma'am,
Hmm?
ma'am, she told us that the timetable is going to change soon. So she took the permission of Anamika ma'am to take the classes from 11:30 on Fridays.
On Fridays.
Yes, ma'am. So
Okay.
maybe you can take the class from 12:45 or 11 or 1.
Are you people free after that?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So tell me a timing then.
मैम आप जब बुलाएंगे हम चले आएंगे.
अच्छा. Message me on the group. Okay.
Okay, when our class will be over, we'll message you.
Just let me know. Then we'll
Yes,
have this. All right. And
yes, ma'am.
while just search
Pardon, ma'am?
from this thing, na, unseen passages or few having comprehension passages, questions related to them. Am I audible?
Ma'am, you're inaudible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
So you might be having some unseen passages now with you people, some comprehension passages with questions. है ना? All of you have their this thing, na? 9-10 book, grammar book. Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Okay, meanwhile, I'll share one passage in the group. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And just read it and be prepared for that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just a simple passage. And just read it and try to solve the answers. Okay. Because unseen passage is there in your syllabus. Hai na? So maybe someone can give. Okay. So be prepared for that. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So just message me on the group and then we are going to start our class. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.